Number one, describe 2 to 3 techniques or ideas you have learned during the first quarter. How did these ideas build on what you've learned in previous English classes? Okay, so last year, uh, for my first answer is going to definitely be professional emails that I learned that built off last year. Last year was a big problem with a lot of my teachers actually, where people would just like send really inappropriate emails or emails that didn't get to like the point or didn't help the teacher in any way. They were not worth reading. It Yeah, so that's helped me a lot to get teachers responding to me and helping my grade, just stuff like that. The second concept I will definitely say is rhetoric. I touched upon it last year, but this year I've actually gone into full depth with it, like egos, logos, and pathos, and how it could help you persuade an audience, and how to actually persuade an audience, or even just persuading people in your papers, or making the audience believe something that you have to say. So, the third technique is definitely annotations. Easily one of the most important things that I've learned this year, actually, just getting better with it. Um, Taking notes, even the transcripts from the TED Talks, just decoding and deciphering, like just stuff like that. And it really helps me understand what I'm learning and what the person's actually trying to convey, because I did have a hard time with that before. And something that I would like to keep working on this year is poems. I know we recently started doing that, but I would like to keep decoding and deciphering and figuring out the meaning behind actual poems, because I think it's actually like pretty interesting, like what the people had in mind and like the similes and metaphors that they use to try to convey what they're thinking in their head with like something that sounds completely different from what they actually mean. So yeah, just stuff like that, and writing them too would be cool. So some advice I would give to people taking this class next year, or people joining the school next year, would definitely be uh, having like a planner or something that you could write in to keep your work like on schedule. Like you have a time and a place where you should be doing it, and just doing it then, because it makes life so much easier when you know what you're doing next and when it's due for what teacher. And if you don't write it down, it's very, very easy to forget. And definitely turning your work in on time and not procrastinating to the last second, that's also very useful. The next one would be what is my favorite TED Talk and why? The most memorable and my most favorite TED Talk was the one about the famous opera composer who had a virtual symphony. I really liked that one. Like, even for back when it was made, it was such like a out of it was an oddball character move to do. Like it would never have been done before, and like how the audio was all sliced and put together was really, I just liked it. It was really good. Probably the best TED Talk in my opinion, at least. All right, for the next one, number two, what challenges are you having in this course? I would say my main challenge, definitely that it's online, because like I lose focus easily, just stuff like that, like internet interruptions. It makes it much more difficult to learn, especially nowadays where everything's online. And but it definitely is easier to find assignments. But other than it being online, I would say my biggest struggle was being able to read the TED Talks, like the transcripts from them. It was it was being able to read that and pick quotes and the thesis from that, especially since it's talking. That was probably the hardest thing that I had to overcome during this course. With I overcame it with annotations, which I'm still working on. Not totally satisfied with that, but that would be all of the questions. Thank you for your time.